all, welcome to First Post Game Plan. I'm Xenia. I have with me Nikhila, and we're here to discuss what I am officially terming the most topsy-turvy Grand Slam I have seen in at least over a decade. Australian Open 2017 has gone bonkers. The top seeds are out, the defending champions are out, world number one out. Oh wow, what's say, Nikhila?
It's been quite an interesting week, I know we talked just before, after Murray's upset.
After Djokovic.
After Djokovic's upset. And we were like, oh my god, this is like such a shocking result.
And then it went one step further.
The next day, both the world number ones lost on the same day, something that's not happened since 2002 at the Australian Open, both the world number ones losing on the same day. But, as shocking as this has been, it's produced some great stories, because of all the upsets, because of all the favored, seeds falling out so early. It's given us some great stories. And I want to just start off with a personal tribute to Venus Williams.
Oh, the golden oldie.
Yeah.
36-year-old and in her 21st Grand Slam semis.
Yeah, and
amazing.
It's incredible what she's done. You just look at her recent run of form. Obviously, we have to keep in mind that she's overcome like a very serious health disease. She's fought back from that. She made the semifinals in Wimbledon. She was a match point away from making semifinals in US Open, and now she's done the same at Australian Open as well. She's into the semifinals, and she's not dropped a set yet. She's looking really strong. Her backhand's on fire. Her serve's working very well for her, and as we saw today, her quarterfinals, she won quite easily in straight sets.
And in fact, after her fourth round game, she was giving an on-court interview and she said that she feels she's born to play tennis. While Venus, I can assure you, we definitely agree, and we are lucky to see her play like this. In fact, as you said, it's like a throwback to the early 2000s. In fact, even on the men's side, you have Federer channeling his vintage shots and Nadal looking like his powerful self again.
Yeah, and that's
great time to be a nostalgic tennis fan.
That's true. That's the oldies is they're just performing so well when all the other seeds are fallen. And who knows, we might just get like a Fedal final after like a really long time. I know still a long way to go, but some of the quarterfinal matches have already happened today. Venus was one of them. The other quarterfinal, which I thought was really surprising, was Coco Vandeweghe. She steamrolled past Muguruza. Muguruza, who's the French Open champion and who was in great form coming into this tournament, She demolished her. 6-4, 6-love. Like that bagel that she dropped was incredible.
And to think that, in a previous match when she overcame Kerber, as you said, consistency has been a bit of an issue with her. And she's also a very restless energy person. Looks like she sort of put it all into this. Maybe, you always say this is the first time champions opportunity. Well, maybe Coco is the best person to kind of fulfill that.
Yeah. Well, I'm still hoping it's the other show which sees her first time champion, because the other quarterfinals that are set up for the women's is quite interesting. It's Serena Williams, obviously. She's the top seed left now after Kerber's lost. She's seeded 2. She's going to play Johanna Konta, who's herself in a great run.
Good run, yeah.
Because Konta won Sydney, and then now she pretty much looks untouchable right now. And it'll be a great match between both of them, because they're very different styles of play. They have very different styles of play, and Serena obviously will attack, and Konta's a very smart player. Like she thinks a lot on the tennis court, which is great to see. And the other quarterfinal, which is obviously in the bottom half, is Karolina Pliskova, who's been my pick so far, and she's up against another fairy tale, Lucic Baroni, in the quarterfinal. What do you think about that?
I read a stat where she played at the Australian Open back in the 90s.
Yeah, 1998.
This is 2017. She's a Grand Slam champion at the Australian Open in the doubles then.
Yeah.
And in the 2 decades almost since, she has overcome personal tragedy, family problems. She had to run away to US to escape her abusive father. Financial problems, apparently. She was paid $50 for a game on the Challenger circuit. And from that to be this close to a Grand Slam semi and a final, well, fairy tale doesn't even begin to describe it. And she's 36 herself. So I believe it's one of those stories which will endure.
Exactly. So we've had shock upsets, but then again we've had these beautiful storylines that it makes us admire the game even more. And we've had those on the men's side as well.
Oh, absolutely. In
which
fact,
we're going to see today.
I think that is Misha Zverev is one person I am so excited to watch in the in the semis against Federer. And considering it's Federer, it's not something I say often or ever. But the game against Andy Murray, it was a throwback. He was such a classic player that it makes you hard to believe that he was on the brink of retirement once. In fact, I think you've written a longer piece on that.
Yeah, so his career got derailed in 2009 when he just got injured. He had a wrist fracture, and after that it was just a series of injuries. When you look at his injury chart, it looks like a medical ambulance report or something, because he's had injuries one after the other. And it's interesting that it was his brother, younger brother, Alexander, Sasha as he's called, who inspired him to sort of make a comeback. He saw him play, he saw him do so well, and he had the belief that Misha can still, return to competitive tennis, and he's done that. Last year, when he finished on a high for him, he finished at world number 50. He was like, I just want to cross 45, because that was his highest ranking back in 2009. And now he's already easily crossed that, because he's reached the quarter final and he's up against his idol again, Roger Federer. And that should be interesting because, as you said, he's this old school player. He serves and volleys a lot, and that's sort of what flummoxed Murray in his match. But I think Federer will have a better strategy to deal with it. Federer himself is not shy from approaching the net as often as he wants. So I think it'll be a very interesting battle to watch, which is going to start in about an hour today.
Absolutely. In fact, one thing that really stood out about Misha for me, apart from his really classic play, is his post-match interview, where he, it's very rare that you see a player that honest. And considering the kind of story he's had, it explains it. But Sasha, who couldn't make it past Rafael Nadal, he was our pick to make it to the last 16, last 8. But his brother didn't. And it just sort of tells you why this tournament is going to be so memorable.
That's true.
Speaking of styles though, one interesting thing will be how this new version of Federer, who's relying a lot more on his baseline and on smart shot placement more than physical intensity, that will be an interesting matchup to actually watch out. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, but okay, so we've already had Wawrinka come through over Tsonga, which is another dominant display. I was worried that this match might go to 5 sets given how Wawrinka has been performing.
Right, he's had a very straggling sort of start. He 5-setter in the first round, 4-setter.
Yeah.
Against Seppi, he had 3 tie breaks. So he's not really been as fluid as a former champion.
Yeah, but I think you know what we say. Wawrinka in the second week of a slam is, I think, a completely different player than what he is at any other tournament in the year. Once he reaches that second week, he is on cruise mode.
Annual week of brilliance. Maybe this could be it. Imagine Wawrinka if he gets his 4th slam, if that's a prediction now.
Well, he'll have more slams than Murray to begin with. That's something I don't think anyone is predicting at the start of the year. But that's the thing. So Wawrinka is through. He's waiting the winner of Federer Zverev.
All-Swiss semi-final. There we hope.
Yeah, there's an All-American final in the women's. We might get an All-Swiss semi-final here. But on the other half, we've got Nadal versus Raonic.
That is going to be one exciting matchup. Raonic is a wall.
Yeah.
Nadal is a wall breaker. I'd put it that way.
Yeah.
But we've pointed out this in the past as well. Big hitters versus Nadal is always a bit of a worry for him. But the way he played in his last match against Monfils, he looked capable of even winning a slam.
Yeah.
And let's see. Interestingly, Raonic is the top rank men's seed right now.
Yeah.
So let's see whether the promise he's shown for so long, whether this is...
What are you predicting in that? Because, I know how much you've been counting on Raonic to, finally flourish and maybe at least reach the final. Do you think, given the way Nadal's playing and given how physically fit he looks, which was always the concern, but he's erased that so far, do you think Raonic has a chance of beating him?
The Nadal who played against Monfils, very difficult because Raonic hasn't been stretched this entire Australian Open.
Mm-hmm.
He's not had a good run in the in the run-up tournaments either. In fact, he was the defending champion in Brisbane and he couldn't. He lost to Dimitrov, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it certainly looks like Nadal has a bit of an edge for several reasons. But then again, Raonic didn't climb up to number 3 for nothing. So let's see how that goes. In fact, I believe the other quarterfinal is going to be just as interesting.
That's true.
It's
red hot Dimitrov, as I'm going to call him, resurgent Dimitrov against David Goffin. Goffin's obviously been like this player on the verge of breaking to the top 10.
Fringes of top 10.
Yeah, and he defeated Thiem in his last round. Again, a rematch from last year.
Again.
Yeah, that's true. And I think he will be a huge challenge to Dimitrov, despite Dimitrov's current form. Like, I think he will pose a big threat because he has a very solid game. He might not have that one flashy big weapon, but there's very little that he does wrong. You know, those margins of error against him, like, hardly any to pick on.
He's very workman-like. Even in the match against Thiem, while was playing some quality tennis, I must add, Gaufa was more workman-like. He was chipping at the lead, sort of to say, and that worked for him there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Dimitrov is more of that the technique sort of a player. So that matchup is again a very interesting thing. I must say though, even though we don't have the big names, these quarterfinal matchups look as riveting as they would have if it was the top 5 seeds.
Yeah, so since like our predictions are already out of the
I'm
tournament.
not predicting anymore, Nikhila. No way, no. I'm out of this.
Okay, one question. Are we seeing a Federer Nadal final? Something that everybody's asking, you know, right? Everybody's hoping for, I think.
I think that would be the cherry on the cake that Australian Open 2017 has been. A Federer final in 2017.
Yeah.
Well, that would be epic. I think epic is a word we can actually genuinely use there. But
You see it happening.
No, even if Nadal reaches his semi, I must say the Wawrinka I saw today looks dangerous. Federer looks sublime.
Mm-hmm.
Wawrinka looks dangerous. I'm gonna take that one game at a time. You sitting here.
Okay, so well, you're completely evading the
No,
prediction.
more predictions, none.
What about the women's? Are you?
I'm still with Serena on this.
I think I'm also sticking to Pliskova, and at least I'm hoping, well, for a Serena Pliskova semi-final, that would be interesting. And if Venus makes it through her semi, that would be like my dream final if it's Venus versus
if we can, this would be an actual throwback of a Federer final here and a Williams final there.
That would be like going back right to the early 2000s or late 2000s for Federer, but like Serena and Venus have started
90s,
playing.
right?
Yeah, 90s, late 90s.
Well, here's looking to you, Melbourne. Give us the dream finale we want.
Yeah, and obviously let's just look at how the Indians are faring in the mixed doubles. You know, the mixed doubles is the only category that they are alive in.
Interestingly, all three big Indian names, Sania Mirza, Rohan Bopanna, Leander Paes, still alive in mixed doubles. Paes and Hingis, in fact, have been playing on Rod Laver.
Yeah.
They are the other golden oldies, no?
Yeah.
43 and 36, wildcard entrants, former champions, and they've been doing well. They had a good win yesterday. In fact, all three Indians are in the same half of the draw. So that could be an interesting game for us.
Let's hope that at least one of them makes the final, you know, like Leander and Martin have already made the quarterfinal and Bopanna won with his Canadian partner today. So Sania plays later on, so tomorrow. So hopefully if she wins, then it's an all-Indian, one Indian on each side of the net.
And Dodik's already out of the men's doubles. The Brand brothers won there, so he's gonna be fresh hopefully for the mixed doubles match. And let's see whether. So we've always had an Indian defending champion. We had Sania last year, Leander Paes before that. Hopefully, you know, it's thrice in a row. Like for some cheer for Indian tennis fans as well.
Yeah, so let's hope we see an Indian in the final. And let's hope we get our dream finals for both the men's and women's.
Right. Last Sunday at Australian Open was slamming. Let's see what the next Sunday brings. But before that, lots and lots of interesting tennis to go.
Yeah. We'll be live blogging all of the matches on First Post. So if you want to catch up on any of the action that's happening, do check out the website. And we'll be back for another preview hopefully soon.
Yes. With better news hopefully. And for now, thank you for joining in.